You may not hear this question asked verbatim, but there's always subliminal ways this question is asked. Every day, people hint it to lesbians all the time, to gay women all the time, without saying it. You see it everywhere. In the media, on social media, face to face. You hear people whispering, and it leads to this same question. And the question is, why are women gay? You may have heard that question directly, but you probably don't hear it directly too often because, well, it's not that people really care about the protection and the rights of gay people. And in this context, gay women or lesbians. It's because they don't want to get in trouble. I remember I posted on social media a few years ago that there were people who were typing the word gay where they would put, instead of GAY, they would put G and then the number 4 and then Y. And they would just discriminate against gay people because they didn't want to get basically censored for discriminating against gay people. So they do things subliminally to attack gays and lesbians. But that's why you won't hear the question, why are women gay? Because that question is usually a question that stems from homophobia, sexism, and misogyny. When they ask that question or they insinuate that question, it's usually because they don't think that it makes sense for women to be gay. And I'm going to answer that question, why are women gay? That way you can know why women are gay. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video message. And when you subscribe, you are welcome to press the join button and become a member of the premium tribe. I provide content and resources for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people that is not for the public. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining the premium tribe, which is my channel membership. Make sure you also follow me on my social media. My handle is @GiselleWallace. Thank you. You don't hear this question asked directly, not because people are trying to be nice and kind. It's just they don't want to be censored or they don't want to be labeled as a homophobe, but they really are. Especially when it comes to a group of people who they want access to, but they don't have access to. Usually men will ask this question because they're quite irritated with the fact that there are gay women, that there are lesbians that exist. And so they'll ask in ways that leads to this ultimate question, why are women gay? And there are women who also ask this question indirectly as well, and they also are categorized as homophobes. They usually discriminate against gay people, gay women, lesbians. But I'm going to first, address why men ask this question, and then I'll address why women ask this question. And then I'll give you a little bit of feedback on the question with my answer, with my lesbian perspective. So when men ask the question, why are women gay? This comes from a stance of, I hate that women are gay because that means I don't have access to these women. Men, they like to think that all women are accessible sexually, and they also enjoy the attention of women. Men really love when women are male-centered. Men don't use that term male-centered, or they rarely use it because they don't like to admit that there are women who are male-centered because, well, being male-centered reflects a woman is very insecure and dependent upon a man, and it's a very debilitating behavior. Women who are male-centered have a very imbalanced view of the male and female sex. They have a hierarchical view where they place males in a hierarchical position over women. They have an unhealthy view of themselves as women, and they place men on a pedestal. She's a pick-me. These kind of women tend to view women in a inferior manner. Male-centered women tend to be very insensitive to lesbians or gay women. And the reason why is because they know that gay women do not have any emotional or sexual interest in men, which causes them to realize that they rely too much on men. In other words, gay women cause male-centered women to realize that they are insecure. And this is why men have an issue with women being gay, because they're not male-centered. Now, why is it that women would ask the question, why are women gay? Well, they could be asking the question, why are women gay? Because they may be wondering if they're gay. So they kind of want to see if there are certain qualities about women who are gay that they are able to associate with. For example, why are women gay is a question that they would pose to themselves, because they're trying to analyze their sexuality. A woman may ask herself, what causes a woman to be gay? And how can I avoid being gay? As if women are all innately heterosexual. And if a woman is steering away from being a heterosexual woman, then something must be wrong. So a woman will analyze herself and question her sexuality because she's concerned that she may have qualities of a lesbian or a gay woman, or she wants to prevent herself from the possibility of ever turning gay. And of course, turning gay implies that you were always heterosexual and that something occurred in your life that changed your sexual orientation. But sexual orientation is not reversible, nor is it changeable. Sexual orientation is fixed. But because we live in a heteronormative society, a lot of women are programmed to believe that something bad has to happen to you in order for you to be gay. Because women are supposed to naturally be into men only. But that is a very severe misconception about women's sexuality. Another reason why a woman would ask the question, why are women gay, is because she thinks that women are made for men. She doesn't understand why a woman would want to be with another woman, because she thinks that men are better at providing and protecting a woman, and that men are built to lead and to have a woman, as opposed to a woman being independent. A lot of women who are male-centered, they have an issue with women being single. They have an issue with being single themselves. And they have an issue with a woman who is very independent, who is very self-reliant. And because lesbians are often viewed as being very strong personalities, very self-reliant, they don't depend on men. They don't cater to men. They don't entertain men for attention. Because lesbians have these qualities, women find it to be offensive, because their ultimate goal is to attract a man and to have a man in their life. And when they come across a gay woman or a lesbian, I use these terms interchangeably because some women prefer to be called lesbian, some women prefer to be called gay. But we're all female homosexuals, exclusively into women. When the heterosexual construct is challenged, or rather these women who are male-centered, they view gay women in a way that challenges their perspective about life in relationships. And they think that their femininity is being challenged by gay women. They don't want to think about the possibility that this world could be actually different. And it completely obstructs their view of relationships because they have been trained to believe all their lives that women do better in life when they have a man. They usually are always looking to be cared for. They look for a provider man. They look for a man who is masculine, a man who takes charge. And there's not anything necessarily wrong with the qualities of a man being a provider. The issue is when women think that the only way that a woman can have these qualities or resources in her life is if she has a man. And when a woman thinks that women should not be too independent, women should not be too self-reliant, because they view that as a masculine quality, and they look down on women who are taking care of themselves without a man being involved as a nuisance. They find it to be a nuisance. They don't think that it's feminine. Usually when women associate manliness or masculinity as a quality of being a gay woman or a lesbian, it's because they don't think that women should impersonate qualities of a man. They think that a woman personifies femininity externally and internally, and they have a misconstrued view of what femininity actually is. Femininity does not mean that you are a weak person, and it does not mean that you are only exclusively attracted to men. So they have a false idea of what femininity means. Femininity is an energy. It also is expressed physically, but it's not exclusively one or the other. And just because a woman is gay or lesbian, that doesn't mean she's incapable of being feminine. Thinking that being feminine means that you are heterosexual is a false concept. And there's a lot of heterosexual women and even bisexual women who think that femininity equates to heterosexuality, but it does not. Feminine energy and feminine physical traits are not exclusive to sexual orientation and specifically heterosexuality. And this is why when women ask that question, why are women gay? It's because they feel like they're being attacked. They think that their femininity is being attacked. They believe that their heterosexuality is being attacked by gay women, when really gay women are living their lives. They're not even thinking about the way you live your life as a straight woman. But a lot of straight women obsess over the fear of either being gay, because it completely would obstruct their view of relationships, because they want to believe that relationships are strictly designed for a man and a woman to be together. It completely destroys that belief system, because they have to face the reality that there are other sexual orientations and that there are women out here who are not heterosexual. I was thinking and contemplating why people consider homosexuality and female homosexuality specifically to be so odd, or they think it's abnormal, and they don't see that it fits into this heteronormative society. To them, it makes absolutely no sense for a woman to be gay at all. But I was doing some research and I came across this concept of evolutionary hypothesis. And it makes perfect sense as to why women are gay. It says evolutionary hypothesis. Some researchers propose that bisexuality or same-sex attraction in women could potentially be an evolutionary strategy to reduce conflict, enhance social bonding, or promote cooperative child rearing. It is important to note that sexual orientation is not considered a choice, but rather a deeply ingrained aspect of a person's identity. This is a very, very great way of viewing female homosexuality, because I believe truly that there are gay women, that lesbians exist because we create balance in this world. I do not believe that this world is designed for only heterosexual people. I believe women are designed because we are the female sex and we have a purpose and an intention for being here. And it is not a one-dimensional purpose that we have. And the world would be very discriminatory if women were only designed to be with a man. When women are designed for women, it creates balance and it creates a space for women to have another direction in life. And it allows women to love in another fashion. And it does reduce conflict. When women come together collectively, there's a peace in this world. You often hear, of course, men make this statement. They say, I need my woman to be my peace. Because men understand that women, they embody peace. When a woman knows herself, when she loves herself, when she's in tune with herself, she has an inner peace. And when you have two women come together with this inner peace, it's evolutionary. So women, they have a quality about themselves that creates peace in this world. Whereas men are usually viewed as more aggressive, and they create a lot of conflict in the world, a lot of dominance in the world. And that's not necessarily to be viewed as a bad thing. That's just a quality of a man. But women have the opposite quality. They have the peace. The way this world has been deceived is because of patriarchy, because of misogyny, because of sexism. There's so many women who have been pitted against each other, where they like to see women fight all the time and fall out and not come together. If women came together, this world would be completely transformed for the better. And this is why women are gay, because we create that peace, we create that balance. And we allow society to have more of a thorough way of developing and being able to prosper. Because lesbian women are very unique. They make wonderful contributions to the world. Without the contributions of lesbians, women's rights wouldn't exist. Women's movements wouldn't exist, because lesbians 9 times out of 10 are the founders of a lot of the women's rights, the women's movements that are in this world and that have changed laws. A woman's influence is very powerful. She can influence a man to change laws that he created. It doesn't mean that a woman has to be with a man in order for her to influence a man. But lesbians absolutely influence men, even though we are not with men romantically or sexually. And this is all a part of the evolutionary hypothesis. We have our purpose here as gay women. There could be so many relationships that could develop in this world that would be fruitful and beneficial to society. But the world is so focused on being black and white. They don't want to change. They don't want to evolve. And so they focus only on man and woman being together. which is a heterosexual construct. But in reality, it's just not the truth. Because when you ask the question, why are women gay? You should really consider what you have been overlooking, because you have a heterosexual lens. But we have always been here as gay women, and we have kept everything in motion. So instead of complaining about gay women and wishing that gay women would be heterosexual women, appreciate who we are, respect who we are, even if you don't understand us. Because I identify as a gay woman, and I don't need to be understood to exist. I'm already here. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video message, and become a member of the Premium Tribe. And follow me on social media. Thank you for listening, and have a gay day.